A plane vanished without a trace. Do Atiga Sembilan people gone? Despite the largest search in aviation history, no wreckage was found for years. The official report remains inconclusive, leaving families without closure. New evidence suggests the plane may have been intentionally diverted. Satellite data reveals a series of unexplained turns after the last contact. The pilot's home flight simulator contained a route to the southern Indian Ocean. Battery data from the underwater locator beacons was inconsistent. Debris found on Reunion Island and other locations confirms the plane crashed, but the exact location of the main wreckage remains unknown. The mystery has spawned countless theories and speculation. This video explores the latest evidence and theories surrounding the disappearance. The aircraft was a Boeing 777-200ER, one of the safest planes ever built. The flight was routine until it reached the boundary between Malaysian and Vietnamese airspace. The last voice communication was, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Minutes later, the transponder was turned off. The plane then made a sharp turn west, back over Malaysia. It crossed the Malay Peninsula and flew up the Strait of Malacca. Military radar tracked it until it turned south into the Indian Ocean. The plane flew for over 7 hours after the last contact. Fuel calculations suggest it ran out of fuel over the southern Indian Ocean. The plane likely crashed into the water at high speed. The official investigation involved multiple countries and agencies. Satellite data from Inmarsat was crucial in determining the flight path. To understand what happened to Flight 370, we must first look at the man at the controls. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah was a veteran pilot with over 18,000 flight hours. He was known as a dedicated family man and a respected professional among his peers. First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid was younger but equally experienced for his age. The aircraft was a Boeing 777-200ER, one of the safest planes ever built. On March 8, 2014, the flight began as routine. It departed Kuala Lumpur at 12:41 a.m. The flight was normal until it reached the boundary between Malaysian and Vietnamese airspace. The last voice communication from the cockpit was, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Minutes later, the transponder was turned off. The plane vanished from civilian radar. The plane then made a sharp turn west, back over Malaysia. It was not following its flight plan. It crossed the Malay Peninsula and flew up the Strait of Malacca. Military radar tracked its path. The plane turned south into the Indian Ocean. It flew for over 7 hours after the last contact. Fuel calculations suggest it ran out of fuel over the southern Indian Ocean. The engines would have stopped. We upload videos like this every day. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Television. The plane's final moments remain a mystery, but the background sets the stage for what happened next. The official investigation into Flight 370 was unprecedented. It involved multiple countries and agencies working together for the first time. Satellite data from Inmarsat became the cornerstone of the search. Analysts studied signals between the plane and a satellite over the Indian Ocean. These handshakes were automatic pings sent every hour. By measuring the time delay, experts calculated the plane's possible final location along a southern arc. Underwater searches covered an area of 120,000 square kilometers. Sonar and autonomous vehicles scoured the ocean floor in vain. Debris began washing ashore on beaches in the western Indian Ocean. The first piece was a flaperon found on Reunion Island in July 2015. Other debris followed. A wing flap, engine cowling, and interior parts. Each piece was meticulously examined and confirmed to be from Flight 370. But the main wreckage has never been located. The black boxes remain silent on the ocean floor. Their batteries long expired. The Australian Transport Safety Bureau concluded the plane likely crashed near the 7th arc. This was based on the last satellite handshake. A new search by Ocean Infinity in 2018 also failed. The private company used advanced drones but found no trace of the aircraft. The investigation has been criticized for lack of transparency and coordination. Different countries released conflicting reports, confusing the public. Malaysia's official report was heavily redacted. Some sections were completely blacked out, raising suspicions about what was hidden. The lack of a definitive cause leaves families without closure. They continue to demand answers from authorities who have none to give. Drift modeling of debris suggests the crash site is south of the original search area. But without new data, it remains a guess. Advances in technology may one day locate the wreckage. Autonomous underwater vehicles are becoming more capable and affordable, but for now, the investigation remains open. The truth about Flight 370 is still out there, waiting to be discovered. When official answers fail, human minds fill the void with stories. For Flight 370, those stories grew into elaborate theories. Theory 1. The pilot, Captain Zahari, deliberately crashed the plane. He had a flight simulator route to the remote southern Indian Ocean. Proponents say he depressurized the cabin, incapacitating everyone, then flew until fuel exhaustion. No distress call was ever made. But critics argue the evidence is circumstantial. Many pilots have similar simulator routes. Suicide is rare among experienced aviators. Theory 2. The plane was hijacked by terrorists, yet no group ever claimed responsibility, and no credible evidence supports this. Theory 3. The plane was shot down by military forces, perhaps during a war game. Some claim radar jamming was involved. But no debris showed signs of a missile strike, and multiple radar systems would have tracked such an event. Theory 4. A sophisticated cyber attack hijacked the plane through its entertainment system. This would be a first in aviation. But the plane's systems are isolated. Hacking the entertainment system cannot control the flight computers. Theory 5. The plane landed safely on a remote island. Passengers might still be alive, hidden from the world, but no satellite imagery shows a landing, and the plane's fuel would not allow a flight to any inhabited island. Theory 6. The plane carried secret cargo, like lithium batteries or even a nuclear device. It was secretly retrieved, but no evidence of a retrieval exists, and the debris found confirms the plane crashed into the ocean. Each theory has passionate believers, yet none have concrete proof. The mystery endures because the truth is hidden. AI changes everything quickly. Instead of falling behind trends, you can copy the latest AI business ideas that aren't viral yet at Horizon Radar. Link in description. After years of investigation, the fate of Flight 370 remains unknown. The lack of wreckage and data leaves room for multiple interpretations. The most likely scenario is that the plane crashed into the southern Indian Ocean, but the exact cause is unclear. Was it mechanical failure, pilot action, or external interference? Each possibility has evidence and gaps. New evidence continues to emerge. Drift modeling and debris analysis refine our understanding of where the plane went. Advances in technology may one day locate the wreckage. Autonomous underwater vehicles are getting better. The families of the victims still seek closure. They have waited years for answers that may never come. The mystery has changed aviation safety protocols. Real-time tracking is now mandatory for all commercial flights. Flight 370 has become a symbol of the limits of modern technology. A giant plane vanished without a trace. The open conclusion forces us to accept uncertainty. Not every mystery can be solved. Perhaps the truth is more complex than any single theory. Multiple factors may have combined. The story of Flight 370 is a reminder of the vastness and mystery of our world. We know so little. In the end, we are left with questions. What happened to 239 souls? The search may continue for decades, but for now, the ocean keeps its secret. Flight 370 will never be forgotten. It is a mystery that defines our time. Hi everyone. Quick reminder. Subscribe for high-quality daily content. Sparkle's next episode. A plot twist you won't expect. Subscribe now. Face screaming in fear.